Abusian ini komo ewo channel yi so aha AGH Politics Avenue. Podcast or secretary na bekus make headlines. Ene ejimre na edibi exum wo. Onia yambo nwura eye Black Rasta asuyeye. Na wodi ewura eye Kwabena edu Boahene. The criminal charges no a fresh one about tuma. Onia yajimre na edibi exum wo. Ono so etu minchine. Na ni nyina enekse Kwabena edu Boahene etimi etabris kabia onua enya asem koto akura worth of 2.5 million Ghana cedi se omo enfan koto eye ne girlfriend account mu eye Rashida Sani eye Azza account a onua se sika no allegedly se eye stolen money onua eno so akoy asam fufura eno so ekwa akoka ni charges on enti Kwabena edu Boahene meno ka say ono de case in the palia na air pilot na meno ka say Black Rasta jemre abra o probe into the matter e ho be hia say meno mienu e ho de call any de eba yemo nwura ayi nsimfo ani.
Number 2, watch this. How Rashida Sani tried to buy plush house in Atlanta, Georgia. My brother, my sister, we have done a lot of work on Rashida Sani, the alleged girlfriend of Kwabena Edu Boahene. The relationship which allegedly broke her marriage. My brother, my sister, right now things are coming up. Now we have the energy to tell you more. When we started talking about this, a few people who did not know our pedigree thought that we were only bad-mouthing people. Now it is established, my brother, my sister, and therefore we can do more. This is Rashida Sani. She was born in 1980. In fact, we ran her dossier the other day. So we would just say this for now, and this will suffice it. She's a journalist. In fact, a very brilliant one for that matter. She went to GIJ. She always wanted to be one. And at the same time, she wanted to be rich, coming from a big family of 25 children, she being the 24th. Rashida Sani got married to a guy. My brother, my sister, Lennon. His father was Nasamu, a politician who was well known. At the time, he was even a regional minister. In retirement, he sat down quietly and guided some of the newer politicians. Lennon worked at a bank, but the salary from the bank was totally inadequate. When Rashida started seeing big cash, she's pretty. Every young man, young or old, will never look at her once and throw the face away. You want to look at her again, and maybe again, even if you are the chairman of a big church, or the imam of a certain mosque that sits in Nima. She's pretty. By the African standards that we have, this is somebody many will slaughter each other for. And I've known her from when she probably was a teenager and even beyond. She's always been this pretty. Ambition can lead people into doing things that will hurt themselves and their futures. My brother, my sister, many crash. Many see the end of a beautiful dream too early before accomplishment. My brother, my sister, it looked like Rashida was having a very good time. When she met this guy, Edu Boahene, if she was in the Christian church, she would have said she had met her destiny helper. In no time, the meetings and a few of those things started to push out money, vomit money. In fact, churn out big cash. Money that she started to see, that bank money, was peanuts. The bank money, the salary her husband was getting, she could let the husband sit at home and she would pay the husband for 20 years in advance. Just sit home and clean the backside of the babies. She had money. There was a time she drove 2 fresh, brand new cars into the house in one day. Where did you get them? Oh, the new people I'm working with, they gave me this. 2 fresh cars. She started to have nocturnal travels with Boahene. Money was flowing. And when we told you this story, many were those who said, Black Rasta, be careful. Well, here we are. We have been careful, and the truth is being churned out the same way we said it. Now it's all over on the news cards in Ghana. Boom! From even media houses that began to fight me and say, provide evidence. I called a few of the media houses and they said, come for your stone. Code cards. Watch this. Kwabena Boahene cost 2.5 million Ghana cedis to be sent to Rashida Sani's Isa Limited from BNC bank account. And I told you the circumstances under which this money was sent to Rashida. It is alleged, my brother, my sister, that he was supposed to leave his wife. She was supposed to leave her husband so they would become an item. Rashida quickly kicked out the husband. And when he tried to kick out his wife, the church said, no, not under Wingham. Reverend Wingham here. They were brought together for counseling. The church won't allow you to let your wife go just like that. No. Counseling. If anything at all, separation. Whilst you are still being counseled, you don't divorce in the church. Just like that. Like Rashida divorced her husband. One day, I'm angry with you. Your face is annoying. Go. Or no, nah, I'm tired. And you are doing A, B, C, D. Like that. He tried to divorce his wife. The church said no. And what happened next? He had to compensate her. And started to dole money from the account that is allegedly tainted with fraud and theft. The B.N.C bank account. Money he allegedly stole from us as Ghanaians. He started sending the money to his girlfriend. My brother, my sister. Oh, you take this for the time being. Cool down. Everything will be okay, okay? Please, just let the church do their thing. Because he himself was a top member of the church, paying big enough tithes. He helped to even build some part of the church. He was somebody who gave money to the Assemblies of God church to the point that they even decided to choose somebody from the church to be specially dedicated to his tithes and his donations, what we call offering. Do you understand? One man is giving so much money to the church. Now they take the accountant and say, you are dedicated to this person. And he would always bring money. He knew what he was doing. He got the attention of the church as a top class person. And later, my brother, my sister, we were told he tried to pull a fast one on the president when he planted rodents around the president to demean and compromise the security of the president. We're told that when this one was told to Wingham, he said, what? And the president attends Wingham's church. And Boahene chose that church. He's a smart kid. Now, after they did this, the church decided that no, they will not deal with this guy. Wingham didn't know. He thought Christ had given him favor. Boahene gave him protocol. He brought national security chaps and some other such people and dedicated those to Reverend Wingham. Everywhere Reverend Wingham went, those guys who wear the suit and wear the glasses and like that, they were around him. Later, when Reverend Wingham of the Assemblies of God Church, he's the president, the whole Ghana, my brother, my sister, was told the implication of that. They sacked all those boys around them. And Reverend Wingham said, you know what? I am better off without this protocol. President's security was also changed because of this rat. My brother, my sister, he and Rashida were traveling out of the nation, left, right, and center. And we started hearing this even long before the expose. Some bloggers started to talk about that. Some were told to keep quiet or else, because these guys were still in power. They had the power to make or unmake, to make you happy or sad. But power is transient. When Boahene got out of power, he became powerless. Dumso struck his forehead so hard, he had different sounds in his ears, right in his medulla oblongata. Can I say more? Now watch this. After sending so much money into her account and giving her dubious contracts, as we are being told now, including security contracts. Go to Russia and procure this. Go to this and do that. Did it not compromise our security in a way? I'm not a security expert. We will get there. My brother, my sister, they started to travel out and do things. And my brother, for now, I'm not permitted to tell you what happened on some of their trips. Were they business trips, national trips, or logarithm spree? But I don't have a problem if a man and woman decide to do their thing. But if they compromise national security, I have a problem. My brother, my sister, especially that it even connotes theft. Watch this. Now, the whole nation got to know when an Emirates attendant refused to let Boahene on a plane because he was late. Rashida had been there waiting. She refused to sit in the plane because the person she was traveling with hadn't arrived, which is normal. What do I sit in the plane for? I am sure, I am guessing that she probably called the guy and said, Charlie, the thing, oh, they're about to close the thing. Oh, don't worry. National security boss, when I come, they will open the plane. Even if the plane flies into stratosphere, I'll make sure it enters atmosphere and comes down so that we'll climb and go back to mesosphere. Hallelujah. Now watch this. When they arrived and they were going to walk into the plane, the Emirates attendant said, sir, I'm sorry you are late. The plane doors are closing as we talk. So do you know who you're talking to? Do you know? Look at the time. I still have about 11 minutes. Why? Say, no, the plane closes at least 15 minutes before it takes off. So your 11 minutes is not even good enough. It's a security check. No! Do you know who I am? He flashed his passport. Diplomatic passport. Sir, this is security And it has nothing to do with your passport or your personality. He had never been challenged like this. He got angry, and we're told that he allegedly, in conjunction with Rashida, kidnapped this lady. It's in the news. Just Google it out. The two of them and some other people. It was put out in the media. They orchestrated the capturing, the kidnapping of this Emirates attendant. The following day, they flew out again to Israel via Dubai. And when they arrived in Dubai, they went to the Emirates headquarters and reported this young lady in Ghana that she should be sacked because she was working with the opposition NDC and disrespected him, a diplomat who should be addressed as His Excellency. This is the woman we're talking about. That's power. Emirates said, sir, we thank you so much for bringing the information, but we don't just sack people on just one person's account or one party's account. This is not an ex-party thing. We will have to listen to the other side. And when it came out that this lady had gone through a lot, the capturing and all that, she was put somewhere, she was sent counselors to be able to talk to her. She was totally hypnotized. In fact, she was totally inundated with abstract images. And watch this. This is from the Herald. In the days, national security and NIB operatives kidnapped Emirates manager. And look at Boahene there. And look at the young lady there. Dan Parry was in power then. And Rashida's photo is showing there prominently. I don't want to talk more about this issue because we know more. My brother, my sister, at the helm of her power, she could make and unmake. Can I now go into today's story? Now that you know who this person is, growing from a big family of 25, the 24th child, struggling through her education in one way or the other, and looking at the several wives in the family and telling herself that, you know what, I have to be better. That is a good dream. But how are you going to achieve that? In a country where we don't care, but we just say the end justifies the means. Some of these things could go free. So, a few months before NPP lost power, it was glaring. Rashida flew, as we were told, all the way to the United States of America. She's been flying. And when she got there, she decided to go to Georgia. And you know why? Information reaching me has said that one Dr. Abdul Nasir Isahaku, this great guy, I love him. In fact, he was the boss of the Bank of Ghana, the governor. Mahama picked him up in 2016 and made him the boss. Unfortunately, Mahama lost power. So by 2017, they kicked him out in one way or the other to replace him.
Into way and some horo team cause or cheddar so mammy and I was a so jemre. The Senate so bad in their dominion. Ibisha na ya somo a constant so. She knows what I'm saying. Age politics avenue.